apply conventional valuation metrics to this. In fact, Harvard Business School has a case study on how to value SKS because it's such a different concept than any other thing that's going on. It is financial services. It is also creating franchises. It is also creating a distribution network. It is also being a sector leader and creating an industry. So how do you value that? Another way to think about it is, how do you value a channel to the base of the pyramid? C.K. Prahalad, the late C.K. Prahalad, said there's a fortune at the base of at the bottom of the pyramid, and this is a path to that. How do you value that? Certainly not any conventional metrics. A couple of things on this. First, on your question on net NPAs, if you look at the numbers are so small that yes, if you go from a small number to a slightly smaller number, it looks like a high percentage increase, but still 0.33 gross NPAs I think is probably the best in the financial services. So just to close the thread on that. In terms of legislation on interest rate caps, let's be clear here. We are a NBFC regulated under the RBI, and the RBI is very clear about deregulated interest rates for the poor when it comes to microfinance. They believe that liberalization of interest rates actually creates more access to finance than interest rate caps. And we have to give credit to RBI because they're very informed, they've done their research, they've looked at the data, and they're very clear on this. And we are regulated by the RBI. So that any state government, whether Andhra Pradesh state government or any other government, cannot impose an interest rate cap on us because we're regulated by the RBI. Now, let me put aside the legal jurisdiction question and actually get to the substance of whether we think interest rate caps are good or not. The data across the world shows that countries where you have an interest rate cap has less access to finance for the poor than countries where you have deregulated interest rates. And this is because there is a high cost to running our business. You're giving very small loans, collecting very small repayments, so the operating costs are quite high. If you cap interest rates, you simply make it unviable for institutions to come in and lend to the poor. As a result of that, they'll have to go back to money lenders. That's why deregulated interest rates actually creates more access to finance for the poor, and the best way to bring down those interest rates is increased competition. I'm going to show you two pieces of slides